Okay, so I'll give you an example of what's happened this week. We were employed by a company called Grafton Motorcycles. They're based in Milton Keynes. They were owed £10,500. They had a debt to a geezer in London. He rented him motorcycles for the Just Eat thing, and he weren't paying him. This debt goes back to February. He then blamed COVID, etc. I had a client to go and see. His debtor was in Middlesex, and I had a client in Hayes to go and see in the afternoon. So I thought, me and my colleague, I thought, right, we'll go down, we'll see him. It was 2 miles away from where the client is. You never know what the job is until you get there. You know, I can have a perception of what it looks like on paper, but you don't know until you get there. And we pulled into the road where the debtor lived, and I said to my colleague, I said, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. And we drove down the road, and I said, we're here now, we'll deal with it. I parked the car at the bottom of the road. I walked about 20 doors away it was, and as soon as I got out the car, bear in mind we've got body cams on, so we stand out like a sore thumb anyway, you know, with the logo on the top, etc. And I said, right, come on, we'll knock on the door. So we knocked on his door, and we seen a twitch in the curtain, so I knew he was in. So I knocked louder, didn't answer, knocked louder again, and then the door opened. And the guy turned around to me and said, who are you? I said, I'm from a debt collection company, Cobra Financial Solutions. Here's a business card. We work for Grafton Motorcycles. You owe them £10,500. And he stopped and he looked at me and he gave me this airy stare, and he said to me, you wait yourself there? I said, no. I said, I'm not waiting anywhere. I said, tell me why you want me to wait outside your door. And he said, I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to pay you. But before I pay you, I want to check you out. So I thought to myself, hang on a minute, is this guy going to make some phone calls here? You know, is people going to look to come and kick our head in? So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a card, right? I'm going to get my office to call you in Merseyside. You'll speak to a guy called Peter. He's head of our debt collection departments, and he will confirm who we are. He'll provide a letter of authority from the clients, and he'll give you some bank details where to make payments. So that's how I left it. I walked back down to the car and I said to my colleague, we'll just wait here. And 2-3 minutes later, we just seen this guy come sprinting down the road, and you could see he was irritated. I said, what's the matter? And he said, what's the matter? He said, who the F&L do you think yous are? And I said, just calm yourself down. I said, how's it gone from you opening the door and being pleasant with me to being like this? He said, because I've just thought about things and I'm not happy. I said, I don't expect you to be happy, and I don't expect you to roll the red carpet out for us. And I don't expect that you thought you were going to get a knock on the door from somebody looking for £10,500 from you. But you just need to hold your horses here, and you need to calm yourself down. Then he started to come a bit closer to me, and I said, just hold your distance. And bear in mind, we've got a mask on because obviously we're COVID compliant. I said, just hold your horses there. Now, that situation was getting out of hand. You know, he was getting angry, he was getting irritated, he was losing control of himself. And what happened within the road, we become like a spectator sport where people started to gather. So I said to my colleague, we're done here. The guy knows who we are. We've presented ourselves in the right way. He needs a bit of time to think this over. So I got in my car, and as we drove off, he was giving us all kinds of insults. Within 5 minutes, the officer had phoned me and said he'd been on the phone wanting to make a complaint about me. So I got on the phone to him and said, hello there, I'm from the debt collectors, what do you want? He said, I want to make a complaint about you. I said, in what way? And he said, you'd acted in an intimidating manner. I said, well, that's lie straight away. And he said, how is it? I said, don't know if you noticed, my friend, we had a body cam on. So everything we've done has been recorded. And if you feel we've done something wrong, you will go and see a solicitor, or you will call the police and you will tell them so. And then I'll provide them the evidence which shows you're a liar. I said, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just find out why you haven't paid the debt, and we'd rather work with you. The next process for us is that we'd scheduled in a further visit the next morning to serve a bankruptcy petition against him, because that's what the client had paid for. We got paid that same day. Now, I think sometimes what you've got to do is you've just got to present yourself in the right way. But we pressed enough buttons that day for the guy to understand that, you know, we gained his respect. We didn't do it straight away. You know, it took him for him to check us out, go on our website, have a little think about it. But we'd made him understand that if he didn't pay that day, we were back at 6:30 the next morning, and there was already people gathering in the street. He'd embarrassed himself. You know, we don't shout people's business across the street. He was doing it himself, and we just said, calm your situation down. And opposed to getting into an argument with him, and him becoming more agitated. We just got in the car and we knew our job was done. And you know, when we say to someone you've got 24 hours to pay, it gives them some thinking time. You know, if he'd come on the phone to us at that stage and said, look, the reason I acted the way I acted this morning, I've not got 10.5 grand. You know, we'll work with the guy to find a solution. It's not about we're demanding 10.5 grand, we want it now. Sometimes you've got to be realistic, and sometimes you've got to, you know, everyone's financial circumstances are quite difficult at this moment in time. So what we're then saying to him is, listen, we need a lump sum off you, and then we can give you a payment proposal over so many weeks and months with the client's authorization. And I think that's a good story, because we've now got a very happy client. He's 10.5 grand better off. We've got a nice recommendation which is going on the website, and I think it shows that we do things by the book. And for me, when somebody employs our services, the main thing that I always try to convince somebody of is not what we do, because I think we stand on our own 2 feet and we stand out from the crowd. It's about that we do not destroy the reputation of the client's business. And that's why we put everything on a body cam. That's why I started that 4 years ago.